I've been talking a lot about lights lately, right? Come on, photography and videography without good lighting is just not an art. I just love light. Plus, as you probably noticed on the background, the dark days are coming back to Sweden, so I will be using them a lot again. For all of those reasons, today I'm sharing with you some new portable LED lights I tested and found very interesting. As I said, I'm a fan of light, especially the ones that make my life easier, such as the one I'm showing to you today. Portable lights are the best, and you've heard me talk a lot about the APUTURE MC, which up until now was the only really small RGB LED light I had. I recently got a Nanlite PavoTube 2C also, but even though it is also an amazing and very versatile light, I do not consider that to be as portable as the APUTURE MC, which is something that will easily fit inside a bigger pocket. Now, if you've watched the video where I compared the APUTURE MC to the Nanlite PavoTube, for which I will leave a link up here and also in the description in case you haven't, you know by now that the Nanlite is a bit stronger than the APUTURE, and that is enough for me to prefer using the Nanlite sometimes, especially when I want the light to go further or hit my subject harder. That's when the RB9 RGB light from Weeylite comes in. Weeylite sent me a couple of these lights, so I would test them out and see how they performed when compared to my beloved APUTURE MC. The first thing I consider important to mention is that the price for the APUTURE MC and the Weeylite RB9 is about the same. At the point I record this video, you can find both lights for $89 on Amazon.com, and if you're in Europe like me, you will find the Weeylite RB9 for about 110 euros and the APUTURE for 120 euros. So the APUTURE here is a bit more expensive than the Weeylite. So I'll do the unboxing of one of the Weeylites I got, and I will show you some comparisons and tell you my thoughts about it. After all, are these portable lights worth it? So once you open the Weeylite RB9 box, you will find the light itself, a protective bag for you to carry your light, the warranty card, a little instructions manual, a USB-C cable to charge and connect your light, a diffuser you can use in front of your light that will give you a more diffused and soft light, and an extra that I found so cool, a small tripod for you to mount your light to any flat surface, an adjustable mobile holder in case you want to place the light over your phone to make a conference or to record a video, and another mount that will allow you to mount this light over your camera using the hot shoe where you usually place your speed light. This mount to use the light over the camera is a game changer to me. I absolutely love it. I cannot count how many times I placed the APUTURE MC over my lens, just praying it wouldn't fall and crash into pieces. So when it comes to unboxing, the tripods are the main difference you will find between the RB9 and the APUTURE. But then the APUTURE has something I love, which is not available at the RB9, which are the magnets on the back. So depending on where I'm using my lights, the magnets or the tripods will be more useful to me, which means that I will end up using both lights depending on the surface I want to place them on. Still mentioning their mounts, both lights have mounts for light stands. So even though the APUTURE does not come with a tripod, you can use a light stand to place it on a flat surface, for example. The same obviously happens to the RB9. You can both use it with the original tripod or with external light stands, with the advantage that the RB9 has two mounts for light stands, giving you the possibility to use it either vertically or horizontally. As for the size of it, the RB9 is almost twice as big as the APUTURE. Therefore, it is almost twice as heavy as the APUTURE. So if you want to be extremely portable, you might still want to go with the APUTURE. But as you see, the RB9 is about the size of my hand, so it's not a big deal really. Both lights work when plugged in, so in case you want to keep your lights on for more time, you can use them connected to a source of energy. If your battery goes to zero though, it takes more time to charge the Weeylite than it does to charge the Aputure to a point where you can turn it on. It takes about 20 minutes to charge the Weeylite to a point where it is usable. While with the Aputure, even if your battery is totally dead, you can instantly have your light on when plugged in. It takes 3.5 hours to charge the light from 0 to 100% with the Weeylite, while it takes only 1.5 hours to charge the APUTURE MC from 0 to 100. Now, since the Weeylite is quite bigger and takes longer to fully charge than the APUTURE MC, it is expected that it will be more powerful, right? That's correct. It's way more powerful. The Weeylite is a 12-watt high power, while the Aputure is less than half of that with 5-watt high power. While from a distance of half a meter from the subject, the Weeylite will offer 1150 lumens and the Aputure will offer only 400 lumens. Weeylight's color temperature goes from 2500 to 8500 Kelvin, while the Aputure goes from 3200 to 6500 Kelvin. Both lights can be controlled by app and both can be synced with multiple lights. So in case you have multiple APUTURE MCs, you can sync them to have the same colors or to turn them on and off together, for example. And the same can be done with the RB9. One cool feature available for the Aputure's app that I could not find with the Weeylite app is the color picker function, where you can point your phone's camera to a color, capture it, and your light will reproduce it instantly. But even though it is a pretty cool feature, I myself never used it. And hey, I've had the APUTURE MC for about 2 years now. But then this might be something cool to you, so if it is, point to Aputure. Well, by now you know the main differences and similarities of the famous APUTURE MC to the considerably new RB9 Weeylite, and you might want to hear my final conclusions. To me, each light has some specific features I like better, but if I had to pick only one, I'd go with the RB9. Of course, that having both lights give me more versatility, and for example, if I have both of them, if all I need for a shoot is a decent light and something very small and light that will fit in my pocket, I take the Aputure with me. Or maybe I'll shoot in a place where I know I can simply use the magnets of the APUTURE MC to stick it to the wall, for example. It might be enough to maybe consider taking this light. But most of the time, an extra 100 grams and a light that is a half hand bigger will not be a problem for me. Especially because when I shoot, 98% of the time I take at least a small backpack with me, so knowing that the RB9 will give me extra power of light in case I need, and this is something that many times I do, I'd prefer to carry this light that is a little bit bigger but that will end up being more versatile in terms of power. And as for the magnets, in most cases being able to use the light standing over a small tripod or mounted to my camera will be all I need. But again, these are the main differences that might make you want to choose for one or the other. The Aputure is a bit smaller, it is lighter, it is faster to charge, you can easily turn it on when plugged after your battery dies, and it is nice to stick to magnetic surfaces. The RB9 on the other hand is a bit bigger, it is a bit heavier, it takes longer to charge. If your battery goes to zero, you have to wait a little bit to use it, but also it gives you almost 3 times the amount of light the Aputure will give you. Also, it comes with a small tripod and camera mount that I consider very useful in most situations. For the same price as the Aputure, I personally prefer more power. Either way, I will leave a link for both lights in the description of this video in case you want to check them out. And if you end up going for any of them and end up using my link to buy them, thank you so much. You just helped a small creator to make a living out of their channel without paying anything extra for it. So that's very nice. Thanks, you rock. I hope this review gives you enough information to understand which portable light is perfect for you. Please let me know if it did, please let me know if it didn't. I would love to know how helpful this was to you, and or if I left something out that you consider important that I would have mentioned. If this video helped you guys, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel. This will also be very helpful to me. And that is all for today, guys. Have a great one. Thank you so much for watching me, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!